So, if we talk about the initial stage of the internship search process, what do you think, or in your opinion, should the thought process be when candidates embark on that journey? Because we know it can be relatively long and stressful process.
Yeah. So I think the first thing is make sure your LinkedIn is up to date because that really is your, you could think of it as like your social portfolio. And having an MBA, they may want to know what types of experiences you have, and you could highlight some of those experiences on your LinkedIn, whether you worked on specific projects that if you're able to disclose, I would recommend disclosing them. Obviously, some companies you're unable to, but even giving real examples of how it led to an increase in revenue or a decrease in, maybe you helped with a process that decreased and increased efficiency by 40%. So those metrics are to provide tangible metrics. But again, when you're starting off in the process, having an understanding of what you are looking for. So sometimes what I recommend, and this is what I did, was that when I was in my master's program, having a master's, I did my master's in information management, and it's a pretty general field. And getting your MBA, again, it's pretty general. Like, what do I want to pursue? So sometimes just by looking at job descriptions is a really great first step. Just going on a LinkedIn Jobs and just looking at a number of job descriptions. It may take you 5 hours to do. But once you nail down what types of job descriptions or what types of programs are available, you'll be more educated and you'll feel more confident when speaking to other employers or other individuals who could potentially refer you to a company.
Thank you. What about if we address next the classical approach that is normally used for job search or internship search, sending out a general application to numerous companies?
Yep.
Why do you think the personalized approach is a better way to go? And I know you yourself have a positive experience from this.
Yeah, so I would recommend continue doing the traditional approach of applying. I know many universities have their own portal, and 100% putting your resume into that portal because an employer can reach out to you directly. And oftentimes, I know at your career fairs, employers will look at your resume as well from that portal after a career fair. So I recommend going about it that approach. And when you do go about the more traditional approach of applying right online from your portal, or maybe even looking at a LinkedIn Jobs or an Indeed to find different internship opportunities, or let's say you're actually looking for now a full-time job, I recommend going through it with that approach. But again, when you submit a cover letter, make sure it's tailored to that employer. If you know the recruiting or hiring manager's name, address them by their name. If you could give a little fact about that company, if they're in the news recently, maybe they just acquired a company, definitely put that in because people want to see that you did the research. People want to make sure that you're due diligent and have done your due diligence. And the tactics that I recommended is just, again, more strategies. Because if you can stay focused, and if you're just trying on applying for roles and nothing's working out, sometimes, okay, let me see what other tactics or strategies can I use to potentially get to the front of the line. So I'm not saying to dismiss the traditional route. I'm saying to supplement it with other strategies as well and see what works and what doesn't. If you're a little bit more introverted, you may feel a little uncomfortable having coffee with new people. But if you're more introverted, maybe just sending emails and asking questions over email and then applying is a more comfortable route. So you can really tailor these strategies to your personality and how you want to go about it. But again, I really recommend the more custom, the better the approach.